person and brought him on as an employee. And I'm having this conversation with my wife on like, where I met Tyrell, and I'm like, you know what, man, I don't know. Like I don't know where I'm. Like it kind of sounds like a 21 Jump Street thing. Like this kid came in and all of a sudden he got tatted up and now he's like infiltrating the brand. So, but no, I'm glad he's a part of it, man. He jumped on, when I really didn't know what I was doing. He liked where we were going with everything. And thanks to the levy, man, the people that own it, North American Properties, they really just gave me the rope to either hang myself or run with it. So when I built that store there, I was able to build it out the way I wanted it to, the way my 90s 16-year-old self would have wanted a clothing store, never would have wanted to leave. Right. So one of the big attractions there, we've got a hidden room that you've got to find. So there's clues throughout the store that kind of leads you on to this path on trying to find the mad scientist lab. And that was something that really resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. And through this process of like because like we went through the whole COVID life, and this is where it kind of came out. The end result was what the store became. So like when we first, like I started working with them about a year ago as well. And as I saw the brand, like at this point where I could maybe like step in and maybe use my experiences to help him get over that tipping point. So, I jumped on ship, and then the levy said we were going to a new store, and then COVID happened before we could even open the new store. So we kind of just like navigated through that. He's like, I have this ideas for this room, this whole thing. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm down. I'm here for it. Like, it's fascinating to me. Let's go. And then over the course of time, COVID just got thicker and thicker, and the world shut down more and more. And we just excelled and thrived. And it was like, wow, this is awesome. Like to see the world shutting down and we're just like
getting started.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a seamless transition, because I was working a job as a bar manager, restaurant manager, and just doing that lifestyle. And COVID pretty much took my salary job and said, hey, deuces, it's done. So I had to find, I had to pivot myself, and he needed my help. So he paid me pretty much similar to what I was making, and we just, kept the train rolling for my like lifestyle. So I didn't have to make too many adjustments, but then I got a totally different, career path at that point, through COVID. So yeah. It's been cool. I mean, it's been a ride, and at the same time, like, we're just getting started. Really, it really is just getting started. It's awesome.
How long have you guys been at that store that we visited on the levee?
So I got the keys to the current store March 2nd to open up on March 20th. So that was right during the pandemic.
A year ago.
So we didn't get a chance to open the store until May 25th, but it ended up playing to our advantage because we were going so hard in the paint. We had a good group of kids with us. They're just skaters that kind of just have been following the Native brand for a while. So when we had our first pop-up shop, we got the keys to this new store, and we were planning everything out and getting everything set up and to do a grand opening for it. And these kids are like, "You got the keys? Like, let's do it right now. Like, let's do it." We
moved the whole store in a day. Literally one night, the whole store.
And so that next day we were open on that, in that new store for that Tuesday. So shout out to Sean and the crew.
Yeah, man, they came in clutch, man. Right at that time, like we were just like, we have the keys. Like, when we got to take a day, we got to take 2 days. How long are we gonna do it? And also like, let's do it now. We're like, let's do it now, and we just put everything on flatbeds, and we just
brought everything
moved it over, literally. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
So we were going so hard in the paint that we didn't have a chance to actually do the store justice. So
True.
We were opening it up, and it didn't have the graffiti on the walls. Everything wasn't finished. The laboratory wasn't a part of the store, and that's the big draw, is that hidden lab. It's an all white room with black edges that really gives like a two-dimensional like cardboard feel. Somebody came up to me the other day and actually said they were afraid to sit in one of the chairs because they thought it was going to break because it looked like cardboard. And I was like, yes, that's exactly the look I'm going for, is like everything looks like it's just drawn like from a piece of paper. So
cartoon.
yeah, for sure. And then with the
Doodlings, yeah.
yeah, and then we sell with the Mad Scientist clothes. It's all very bright and vibrant. So sitting in that two-dimensional room, the clothes stand out with the bright colors and the eyeball. With we've got a DTG machine that does 16 million colors. So we're across the entire spectrum when it comes to ideas for the brand. So.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. It's very, very, very cool what you guys did with that, and I enjoyed my experience there the few times I've been.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when you as us, we see it from a different perspective. We know what they're going into. You know what I mean? So from an outsider's perspective, when you first visited the store, you had no idea.
Yeah.
For you, for example, what did you think when you first walked in with no warning? Like, you just saw this white room that was just like, because I mean, we see it all the time, of course, but your perspective is what fascinates me the most, because it's just like, oh, I don't see this every day.
Right.
Oh, I'm stepping into an alternate reality. You know what I mean? For a clothing store, So
yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Definitely like the whole, like how it looks like it's a drawing. Like, it was definitely something very unique I've never seen before, especially in a store, a store like that. So,
Dude, wait till you see this new store we've got going, man. That's the big announcement that we have, is we're actually opening up a new store with North American Properties. It's still going to be at Newport on the Levee. The store is going to be about 2,000 square feet. Right now, we're currently sitting on almost 4,000. But that's a lot of real estate for us, man. We can definitely pack it down and do what we need with the 2,000 square feet. Right. So
it's gonna be awesome.
This next store is gonna be very interactive. There's gonna be light shows on the walls. Everything's gonna be like black lights and not like my two heroes are Frank Sinatra and Pee Wee Herman, man. It's like the weirdest juxtaposition of all time, but it makes so much sense when you see the stuff that I do. It always has like this Pee Wee Herman twist, or like this like Playhouse twist to it. So the new room, the new lab that we're doing is actually going to be built out by Turner. So I don't have to do the stuff myself, man, because right now we're in there painting the floor once a month to make sure that white room stays white.
right.
But hopefully with this new lab that we have set up, it's all going to be done with the polyurethane floors. We've got an octagon LED ceiling coming in. That's going to make everything look very like a lab. It's going to be a wow factor once you figure out how to get in there. And that's something else that we're doing, man. It's we want a couple different ways for it to be interactive, where you accidentally hit something or step on something, and then a door opens up to another entire part of the store.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you guys to like design that the lab, and like to get it set up the way it is? Obviously with all the all the line work, and to make it pop like it does, and to make it look as unique as it does, it probably wasn't an overnight thing.
The lab took me, like, to paint everything. It took me about 22 gallons of white paint. And it's, dude, it was like, it was insane going through it, because you're going and buying paint, and then you're trying to find the whitest white, and everybody's white is different, dude. So
right.
I would buy a can of paint and I would start putting it on the wall, and when it dries, it would have just like it wouldn't have that same sheen, or would have like an eggshell tint. Yeah. Right. So I had to find the whitest white that I could find, and literally it was so white that they weren't selling it to me. They were saying, no, this has to be tinted. And I said, no, this is what I need. This is what I'm looking for. Huh. So they literally, the white that I finally found, I put on the walls and the floor, and then I used 6,000K bulbs throughout the entire store, throughout the entire lab. I'm sorry, 5,000K I went and bought. Which is like a hyper white.
Make it brighter.
Yeah, but it still didn't have that white, like that insane asylum look. So right. I had to go a step higher and went with 6,000K to make the room completely pop white. And actually, these new lights are 6,500. They're just a hair whiter. So
wow.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm super excited to see what this new spot's going to look like. May 21st is supposed to be the grand opening. Soft opening, so that's when the whole levee is supposed to have their whole transformation done by, which is pretty incredible, man. Yeah. They got a lot of work that they're doing right now.
They are putting in work.
I definitely see
sure.
the construction that's going on.
It's
every if you're there once a week, man, you'll see something brand new every week that you're there. There's something different.
They're changing that place over really quick, and I mean, they're at this point. I mean, at first we thought it was going to be kind of a hindrance on us because they're putting the construction right in front of our store at this point, because we still have 2 months until we open up. So at that time period, we still got to make money. We still have to live, So they have this fencing around it. We thought it was going to be a hindrance, but really it's kind of directing traffic on the levee, and it's kind of putting people right in front of us. So there is, a silver lining to everything going on with the levee, with the construction wise. I mean, at first we thought, oh, it's going to be terrible because, construction's never fun. We all go through it, whatever. But they've really done things quickly. They put another entrance into the levee as well. So you can enter the levee 3 places now. Up by where Brio is, the roundabout is now an entrance. So it's becoming way more convenient across the landscape there. So over this next year, I think the levee's going to be this spot to be. And we're stoked to be there because, it's convenient for us. We live close by. Everyone's familiar with the area. Our friends are there. The location couldn't be any better, honestly.
Oh, it was,
yeah.
So we're obviously not from Cincinnati. We're
Sure.
from here, from Columbus.
Sure.
So the first time we had gone, we went to the Newport, the aquarium, and then we stopped over. Was it the same day? It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same day.
It was.
No, because I was wearing a different outfit.
Ah,
But anyway.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah.
Oh, she
no,
knows.
No, we did. The very first time we
she
did
doesn't
stop
know.
over. Yeah, I don't know.
She doesn't
when
know.
we met you the first time, we just left the.
We walked past and it was closed.
We just left the aquarium.
And then we went back on the way out and they were open. And we went in and that's when I first met you.
You're right. But anyways, I was so amazed at the levee. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. I didn't feel I didn't feel like I was in Ohio.
Right.
It just
Yeah.
being right on the river and there was water and there's dope little shops. I felt like I was on a boardwalk basically.
Right.
And that's what they're doing too. They see that and they're actually kind of gearing it towards more of an outdoor venue where they're putting in artificial grass throughout the place. They've got shipping containers for the tiki bar and then spiked lemonades and they've got a little bit of everything, man. They're bringing in some breweries that should be opening up by May. And of course they're doing a whole new clothing thing inside, so it's all going to be retail shopping inside. They're bringing in a 200-foot TV that kind of sits over the middle of where the AMC box office used to be. They'll be getting rid of that because there's no reason to wait in line for a ticket anymore with technology these days.
Yeah.
So they're changing everything at the right time, man. Because when everything was falling apart, like Andrew was saying with COVID, like the levee kind of knew what they were doing, and they had these open concepts it was all outdoor anyways. So it all kind of fell into play, and we're just excited to be a part of the whole construction. For sure.
You guys have been there from the start, it sounds like. And
Yeah, at one point I swear I was the only person in there. I was driving through the parking garage, and I was the one that was triggering the motions. And it was only my car and then the shark cars that you would see from the aquarium.
Oh.
And that would just be me in there, just in here, just trekking away when everyone was hunkering down. I was showing up, building out that lab during the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, and at the same time, I was working with him, but then I also had my full-time job at the bowling alley on the levee there as well, and we were open the whole time. So I'd get off there and I would go straight up to Native, and we would get to work there as well. So I was doing double duty at that point. But during the day, there it was a ghost town. The levee was just no one. There was the security, and they would come by and say hi, but maybe some joggers on occasion, but nobody. No one in the garage, no cars. Because I would just same thing. I'd pull in the garage, and just there is the motion lights,
That's
and
great.
you're the only one in there.
That's such a cool look, though.
Because I'd be getting there at 9. I'd get there 9 in the morning. There's no one even okay, so the management office worked from home on the levee as well. So no one management was there for a while as well. So it was just us.
Don't tell them all their secrets, bro.
Just saying. No one was even on the levee. It was literally just the security, and it was just the COVID. It was the heart of everything. It was no one was open. We were just one to go alcohol at that point. That was it. And we had a kitchen open, but we even had it set so they couldn't even come inside. We just sold the stuff from the patio. We opened a garage door, and we just
Right
sold.
there by Brio, man.
Yeah. But we would just try to get anyone, and there'd be all day long, and I wouldn't see one person. It was the oddest thing. I'd be there from 9 to 3 or so, and then they would continue on, or 11 to 3, depending on the day, and like wouldn't see anybody. It was the strangest thing, being out in the heart of it, but yet not being like, yeah, you're not.
Many people.
It was very odd. It was odd. It was been an odd year, but I mean, an awesome year.
Actually, you guys got lucky, man. We brought the Packy hot chip, and we were gonna give it to you guys and make you try it during your own podcast.
What napkins?
But we forgot it in the back.
It's in the
of
car.
It's probably good that I'm not trying it based on my stomach.
Think you could handle it? Oh yeah, right,
I don't know
right.
what would happen.
And I'm growing a human, so
Oh yeah,
let's
yeah.
not
You
hurt
get
the inside.
congratulations
Yeah.
on that, by the way.
But eventually, I will. I will definitely try it eventually.
All right, it's gotta be on our turf. Then.
That's
There it
fine.
is.
That's fine. What do they do now?
Oh, definitely.
Anyone that's watching knows now.
Hey.
But, well.
But yeah. So the native brand. So
Yep.
when did you think of the native brand, and what made you come up with the name? The native brand?
It was a homage to Cincinnati, man. My original logo was the silhouette of Ohio, and I wrote native in it, and I highlighted the NATI for Cincinnati. Once I finally made that logo, right away I had Kentucky and Indiana, like my friends from there, going, "Hey, I want that, but I want a Kentucky version," and it didn't make sense for me to stretch that logo to do the Kentucky and silhouette with native and then highlight natty.
Natty. I've never put that together.
Yeah, so
that for
then
me.
so then I went with the Arch logo that you're rocking right now. Actually, the same thing that's on my shirt. The Arch logo, I can do different area codes across the board. So this one here, 312 is for LA. So this is like a Lakers shirt.
Yeah.
You've got the 513 hat, which is like a Reds hat.
Yeah.
And then we branched out that way, and I think we're at 148 cities and growing, man. So I think we might be over that by now.
Do you have a 614?
We do for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. We've got a lot of the Columbus, the crimson colors for sure.
Yeah.
Those are popular.
Yeah, people
That's
come in all the
definitely a
time
huge
for it.
thing.
Yeah.
Buckeyes, and I figured that would be
Yep.
one. Yeah.
I would say that's like the most common that comes into the store. Columbus and Indianapolis. Those two.
Yeah.
They collide
What's
definitely on the levee.
Indianapolis's area code?
317.
317,
You want to quiz me on a couple of these? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I bet.
You definitely have people come in and like just test your area code knowledge. They do. Like we definitely have people come in and be like, "Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this?" And you just have to like you spin them off. But like at first you kind of like, "Whoa, this person's testing me," because you don't realize it until they are into it and just like.
What about this?
Yeah, what's about this one? Because they don't realize it at first. It's funny how long it takes them in the store to realize the area codes is even happening in front of their eyes, and then once they realize it, oh, there goes the live stream.
So each
Yeah.
area code that you've done, is that based off of people who've come in and want you to do it, or is there like significance behind some of them? Like, maybe you're from here or whatever it may be.
Is that the 5-minute call right there? The area codes. It was all. It was basically all based on people ordering them. So there was a couple times where I had, when it comes to stitching things, each one's got to be digitized. So I don't have my own stitch machine at this point. So I was outsourcing everything. So everything costs money. So if you want the hat to be changed from native 614 to native 513, you've got to digitize that. So.
Right.
I would set up things where on my Facebook page I would say, hey, I'm doing a sale right now. You can get your own hat with your own area code for $20, and then that way I'd be able to pay for the digitizing, and then I'd end up breaking even on the first hat. So then I'd basically be able to quote unquote unlock that city. And then with other places, like I think Utah's got one area code across the entire state. Montana's got one area code across the entire state.
Massachusetts.
Oh, there's definitely a
508.
bunch. No, there's definitely a bunch. There's 508. There's 617 in Boston.
Oh, yeah, 617. Right. Yep.
It's like the main Boston.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
508 is definitely popular though. People coming through for that a lot.
Yeah, that New England Patriots.
Yeah, that
colorway.
Patriots. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just see hats. I just see what people pick up most of the time. It's pretty interesting too, just to see what they're interested in as they're coming to the store, because they're trying to find their favorite team. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just it's a whole market research that's happening right in front of our eyes. It's fun.
It's dope that you guys kind of go off of multiple different things though, because people do that. You know, like look for their.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, there's times where I go somewhere, I'm like, oh, looking for a Cowboys or a Boston, and like they don't have it because it's somewhere that's not. It's weird because some places I've been that's so far away from somewhere, and they'll have like L.A. jerseys, but they won't have, you know, like a Cleveland jersey, and it's like you're way closer to Cleveland than you are to L.A. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, people definitely do that.
They
always
love that
look for
L.A.
stuff
though. That L.A. stuff. That L.A. merch.
It is
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's what goes.
What goes around?
Yeah, what sells.
Yeah, but that's awesome. So, I know you said, you know, kind of how you thought of the name, and that's funny that you said like, I did not put that together either, the natty part of it.
Most people don't. You know what's funny, man? Most people don't even understand the area code thing. They're like, "What's 513?" You're like Cincinnati, and they go, "Oh shit! All right, I get it now." It's like, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like it's right in front of your face, where it's almost like a Corvette wave, man. It's like if you know it, it's like, all right, you know. So it's that's something I've definitely noticed, and I've been doing the clothing line stuff for a long time, man. I've had my original clothing line. Actually, my wife just found out the other day. It was called Diego. Was my original clothing line. It was designing everything as going overboard, which was the acronym for it. And it was funny because like I the other day I was like I design everything as going overboard, and I was like, holy cow, that was literally that was my clothing line when I was 15 years old, man. That's like that was the original one. So I've tried to throw a lot of stuff to the wall as an artist, man. You hope that some of it sticks, and this native thing has definitely stuck out as the leader of the whole thing. That and that Harambe shirt, man. That Harambe shirt is crazy popular. I've got pictures all over the world of people wearing that, which is super cool to see.
Phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
It's amazing how people don't know Harambe happened in Cincinnati. That's what's most shocking to me. People like they come here and they're like, "That happened here. That happened here."
One of those people.
It is.
There you go.
It's shocking. It's real. It's real. It's very common. It's not. Don't be embarrassed. It's real. Like it is. It is amazing. People come in from like San Diego, for example, and they're like, "Oh, that would never happen at our zoo." They like literally have made those comments, and I was like, "Well, I mean, you know."
Yeah.
It happened.
Cincinnati's ride or die, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it.
Don't bring your gorillas here.
All right.
Wow,
So
that's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess I didn't really know about that either. So you're not.
Yeah. Right.
I
Yeah.
don't really pay attention to
Native
like.
too.
Right. I get
I'm
it.
not native of Cincinnati, so you know. I guess that's why I wouldn't know. But you know, once I knew before right now, but I didn't know until you guys I had seen the Harambe shirt, and then I'm thinking, why would they make a Harambe shirt?
Right, what
Probably
is
because
the
that's something to do with
significance?
Cincinnati.
What is the significance?
So
Harambe?
the whole base behind it was the Cincinnati Harambes, right? And there was a petition going around to change the bangles to the Harambes.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and I was friends with Ray Malaluga at the time, and he was like, "Yo, you should really consider doing a logo just in case." So I made that Cincinnati Harambe logo, and then went with it, and then I ended up getting picked up on the news right away for that shirt. And it blew up from there. So it's like,
Wow.
and it's weird because it's like that's something you can't advertise, man. Harambe is such an odd market. It's like you can't advertise towards the zoos or gorillas because that's not that Harambe demographic. You know what I mean? So it's cool seeing, you know, and everyone from across the board, man, different cultures, you know, ages. Like everyone just kind of like relates to that damn gorilla, which is crazy, man. To think, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, no, it's all right. But yeah, so May, you guys, so you guys are moving to May to new store, and
sure.
you guys got some other things going on in the future, right? You're expanding outward.
Yeah, so that's the goal, man. So the native brand, like we've been talking, it's all area code based. So, you know, we've got a projected goal to hit here at Newport on the Levee. And if we hit that goal, which I think, you know, is very reasonable, then we'll be opening up a second store in possibly Atlanta or another major city like that. And instead of the native 513, it would be native 404. You know, the 404 podcast, because we do podcasting out of the store itself. We've got a green screen in the back so people can actually rent out the podcast equipment if they want to do their own stuff. So that's what we're talking about when it's an interactive store. So yeah, we're excited, man. May 21st, the projected goal. We have a lot of work to get done to get to that point, but with the help of North American Properties, man, I think sky's the limit with where we can go with this thing for sure.
Wow.
That's phenomenal. Do they have any other do they own properties in Atlanta? Is that?
Yeah,
kinda where that-
they own the Avalon out there. So I don't know if you know what the Avalon is.
No.
It's like my closest comparison will be like Liberty Town Center.
Okay.
How it's got like they have their own living, like you can live there, you can rent hotels there, you can eat there, you can literally live on the premises. So they North American Properties, they've got places like that all around the United States. So they're
Phenomenal partnership right there.
for sure, and they're all about local businesses too, which is awesome, man. They really understand the local thing, and they understand that people gravitate towards it. So there were some other companies. They just bought Skyline Chili in January, which is awesome. So they're working with them now. But Skyline, they're still running the show. Mr. McDonald, I think is his name. He's still doing all the shot calling. North American Properties is just kind of just taking it and structuring it in a way that's going to make sense, so that everybody can taste the coney. So.
Ew. By the way.
Ew.
That's a big
Ew.
thing. That's a big thing in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. I dislike Skyline.
You know what, man?
I'm a Dairy Queen chili dog person. When I moved out there, I said
sure.
chili dog. They said, "What is a chili? We don't have chili dogs." I said, "I want a chili cheese dog." I said, "We have cheese conies." I'm like, "Is that just a hot dog with cheese on it?" Because you're confusing me by saying that you only have cheese conies when I'm asking for a chili cheese dog. Like, no, it's the same thing. Well, you should just, I don't know. It's confusing me day one.
It is though, especially if you're from, because you're from Cali, so you've got you're like your whole premise of chili is different than anything what Cincinnati has to offer. Like my mother can't get over it either, man. She still hates Skyline chili. She's from Chicago.
Yes.
So
Like spicy chili.
It's because they make their chili sweeter. They put like cinnamon in it
chocolate
or something.
yeah, cinnamon and mustard from
Yeah,
what,
it's
from
way
what I
different.
hear.
No, I've had it. To have it here and there is not horrible. It's not, it's the worst thing I've ever had. It's just compared to having a chili cheese dog. When I think chili cheese dog, I think like it to be like more chili based, like like spicy, or not even spicy, but just like chili and beans. Like, but I feel like when I eat the even Gold Star, it's the same thing. It's just more of like a sweet type of thing. And going to take a bite of a chili cheese dog, that's not what I thought I was going to take a bite of. So it's a little bit thrown off. Yeah,
Exactly. It's definitely its own thing, and that's why it's become it's become such a argument with Skyline versus Gold Star. That's been the thing forever. So
what was funny for me to see was like my sister's down in Kentucky, and she really was upset because she couldn't have it and wanted to come get it. But it's
something you end up craving, man.
yeah, it's one of those. I think it's one of those things that's like you like you said, you gotta like it or not. But it's you more likely would have to be in the area. Like people that like that mostly live in Cincinnati. They don't. Oh, I'm coming from Florida just to eat this. Like they live in that area.
2 hours away from each other. How much different things they have in each. See, like they don't have. I see they used to have Steak and Shakes out there, but they don't really anymore.
Oh,
but
man,
that's like
don't
a
get me started, bro.
huge thing out here.
Listen, we don't want to talk about
And then the other thing is like Dunkin' Donuts is huge in Cincinnati. It's like freaking being in Boston. But out here, there's like maybe one Dunkin' Donuts. You don't see them. Same thing. Like maybe one or two Skylines in this whole city. Maybe one or two Dunkin' Donuts. But it's like every single corner in Cincinnati, there's Dunkin' Donuts. I've never seen it anywhere like that except for Boston.
I did kind of want to talk about pizza because there's no good pizza places, in my opinion, in Cincinnati at all.
There is, you know
I found
what?
one.
And actually, this is Goodfellas is good.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a shameless plug for Chow Down Cincinnati right now. If you guys aren't a group member, Chow Down Cincinnati has just over 15,000 members now, and it's active. There's probably 10,000 people in it that are talking every day about like the best restaurants and best foods in Cincinnati.
Facebook group?
Yeah, and you can literally like my wife just posted something about she wanted crab legs, and she got like there was over 30 comments on different places to go right away. So, yeah, chow down Cincinnati. Yeah,
Why
right.
don't you add a pizza lovers? I looked up like pizza lovers and like.
So I mean, there's some really good ones. You know,
wasn't feeling
there's it depends on what you're looking for. They've got some good Chicago style pizzas, like the deep dish ones.
Thin crust with the little pepperonis filled with grease that are cut in little
Don-
squares.
yeah, that's
Like,
Donato's
better
right
than
there all day.
Donato's.
Oh, you like
Like,
better than
Like
Donato's? All right.
Donato's is good, but like you could get better. You could be better.
Right, for sure.
I think that Goodfellas is pretty bomb. Like,
Yes.
Goodfellas.
I like the
Fellas.
New York or the Sicilian type pizzas. Like those type of pizzas are the best.
Do you get?
We just had Goodfellas the other day, me and the girlfriend. It was great. I'm eating it 2 days later.
I think I ate like half of a large pizza. It was so good.
Dude, you got to get the garlic bread with it though, man. You got to get that big
I
ass
heard that there was a
breadstick.
giant
That
pizza.
breadstick, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Giant
gotta-
pizzas, giant breadsticks.
They've got to fold the breadstick in half to put it on your
Put it in the
plate.
box. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I have to
Yeah,
try
I
bro.
that.
didn't even eat mine. I'm sorry.
But then, what's like our favorite pizza place down there is Bourbon House, over in like
I've
Florence.
heard good things. I haven't been.
It's a haul, but it's worth it, man. They've got a chicken Alfredo deep dish pizza that's ridiculous, dude. It's like no other,
I'm
man.
about to go to Florence.
Yeah,
That sounds
yeah.
good. I mean, I'm all about pizza. I love pizza, but being Italian, like I'm very particular. Like this pizza I'll try, like this is garbage. I'm not eating it. Like I love some pizza and some pizza I hate it. You know what I mean? Like there's some pizzas like I come to find that the mom and pop places seem to be better than because like once you get a corporate style place, it's so.
They start,
Basic, the
man.
same.
They start pulling the pennies, man. They got to watch the pennies and everything. So
And they make sure that it's like no matter where you go, the pizza's the same, and it's been the same for 20 years. Like you know what I mean. But we found that pizza place the other day where we at in like Middletown or something.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Cousin Vinny's. We're like, oh, this sounds.
I
dope.
asked them. I
This
said,
is
"What
good."
kind of pizza? What kind of pizza do you have?" And they're like, "I mean, we got
Ohio
we got
style.
hand tossed, and we got deep dish." I'm like, "No. Like, what kind of pizza do you have?" It's like I don't know. I don't understand the question. Like, is it Sicilian? Is it like New York style? They're like, I don't know. It's Ohio style. I'm like, what the fuck is that mean?
Ohio style pizza.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I was like, all right, so it's probably not really good pizza. It's probably not anything I haven't had before.
Detroit style is like low key killer, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm a fan of like Pizza Hut's deep dish, bro. Like I just like something about that whole '80s. Like maybe it was like the book club that I was a part of when I was a kid, or like maybe being able to get the basketball. I remember like they did like a $10 thing where you could buy a pizza and a basketball for $10.
Pizza and a basketball? Really?
Yeah, for
That's
sure,
cool.
for sure. And then book it. If you read enough books, you get free pizzas, or you get a pizza party down there and shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, your own personal pizza.
That was probably
There's
the
a-
best day. That was probably the best day in school. We had pizza on Friday, so like I didn't care about the rest of the week. If it was Friday, it was pizza day. But I want to say I'm a big pizza person. I'm not Italian or anything. You find your top favorite 5 pizzas. Let me know. We're gonna do a thing. We should do.
We should.
do a video.
Pizza parties.
Do a video like, hey, these are the top 5 best pizzas. Prove us wrong. Period.
I mean, there a long time ago, I was doing this thing called Queen City Foodies with our buddy Zach Statham, and we were like running this thing, and we were like doing taco spots, but our next season was gonna be pizza. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I think they're about to close up the spot, but yeah,
Well, we've run out of time. We almost got all of our time in there though.
yeah, man, yeah.
But
It's been
other
awesome.
than technical difficulties and everything else, we still got to get mainly what I want to talk about with you guys, and that was the native brand. That's the main thing I want to talk about. So I'm glad we got to hear a little bit about that and the levy and how you guys got everything going and kind of where you're going from here. And I'm glad that you guys were able to make the drive to come out. Sorry that everything got kind of short, but hey, I
We're
appreciate
good,
you guys
man.
coming
Yeah.
out for the show.
Things happen. It's
We'll
just
definitely
part
do
of the game.
we'll definitely
man.
do another
Yeah.
one, whether we do it at our place or yours. We'll do another one where we have a lot more time. We could talk for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever.
Maybe we get you to do that
Eat
one
some
chip
chips,
challenge.
eat some pizza.
Maybe one
There we
spicy
go.
chip.
We'll do a pizza party and a 1 chip challenge at the store.
That sounds
You-
good.
you
That
bring-
sounds so much fun.
You bring the pizza, we'll have the chip. We'll be ready.
There you
I'm
go.
bringing.
Well, we
We
appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Make sure you guys, anybody who didn't see it live, you guys check us out on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts out. You guys can also check us out on my website, ZayneRichardSimpson.com, under podcasts on the Zayne and Carlee Project. Make sure you guys check out the Native brand. You guys want to shout your social media and your website real fast for us?
Yeah, thenativebrand.com is where you can find all the coolest clothes. And then all of our social media and our YouTube and all that good stuff is The Native Brand. If you don't put any spaces in it, we'll pop up on any app you want.
I try to shout you guys out every one of our episodes. Try to make sure I push you guys out.
I'll start sending you some merch, man. I
send me
appreciate
some
that.
stuff.
Dude.
I try to always put you guys on there as one of our sponsors and shout you guys out so that everybody goes and checks your stuff out. So I put your website and social media. But while you guys are here, I want to make sure everybody gets it directly from the source too. So
Appreciate you, man. Hey, thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Yep.
Thanks again for coming in, guys. We want to shout out to the Anchor app. We appreciate Anchor for helping us do everything and distributing everything for us. If you guys trying to do a podcast and you haven't done one before, make sure you guys check out Anchor. It's a great place to be able to start doing one. You can make money and be able to get it distributed out to multiple different platforms without any minimum listenership. So make sure you guys check them out. That's all the time we got for today, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to the Zayne and Carlee Project on WDG. Tomorrow we'll be back at our own home studio in Cincinnati, so make sure you guys tune in. Who do you have tomorrow? I don't even remember. Somebody.
DJ Homegirl.
Oh, no, that's Wednesday. We have DJ Neeks on Wednesday from Las Vegas. Yes, we have Akil. We have our buddy, he's an actor, Akil Ash Shakur. He'll be on tomorrow. We got DJ Neeks, resident DJ. She's in Las Vegas. And then we got my buddy Kevin Teets on my birthday. So he's a pro BMX rider. We have another week filled with stuff, and we have mini episodes up till June. So make sure you guys tune in. Like I said, if you miss it, check us out on Spotify or my website. We'll see you guys right here tomorrow.